Hey guys, come on in. Welcome to the kickoff show, the inaugural show of Wake Up Weight Loss. And what my goal is to bring you on a not every day, but on a pretty much everyday basis, just some tips and some encouragement in helping you lose that weight. But before we get into that, I want to give you a chance to read this disclaimer. All right, guys, let's get to it and do it. And the number one, so we got our top 10 tips for losing weight in 2023. It's a brand new year, and on most people's mind is losing the weight. So let's get right into it. I don't want to hold you for too long today. Number one is get an accountability partner. This is very helpful. This is very helpful. Now, is this critical? Does this mean that you should stop moving forward in your weight loss goals until you have one? Absolutely not. That's absolutely not what I'm saying. What I am saying is that a good accountability partner can help you in losing the weight and staying encouraged. Now, here's what you don't want to do. Here's what you don't want to do. You don't want to kind of be behind your accountability partner. Let me give you an example. One of my friends says she got an accountability partner, and within a week, the accountability partner quit. The accountability partner didn't even last 1 week. That can happen. That absolutely can happen. What you want to do is you want to be a support and use that person as a support, but not as a crutch. You don't want to put any blame on that person for your lack of abilities, your lack of reaching your weight loss goals. As I said, they're great to have, but they are not a necessity for you reaching your weight loss goals. And speaking of goals, that's actually number two. Number two is set some small goals. Set some small goals. Guys, I know it's the beginning of the year. You're going to see all kind of ads, all kind of things out there that are talking about, hey, this person lost 19 pounds in a week. This person lost 50 pounds in a month. And man, they are going to sound great. They're going to be so enticing. You are going to want to set that type of goal. What I want to encourage you is set small goals that you can reach. Hey, maybe just like in this picture, you're not going to go from somebody that's drinking soda all the time, eating the donuts, eating all the junk food. You're not going to go from that to a person that's all of a sudden now all you're eating is health food. All you're doing is eating the healthy stuff, and you're eating a yogurt. In this situation, maybe a situation like this is maybe in the first week you get rid of the soda or you cut down on the soda. Set those small goals, because what that's going to do as you keep building those goals, that's going to actually help you reach your larger goals. It's those small step-by-step goals that will help you reach your larger goals. And a lot of people have a problem with self-esteem. If you want to build your self-esteem, start keeping your word to yourself. If you want to build your self-esteem, start keeping your word to yourself. So your self-esteem is lowered every time you say you're going to do something and then you don't do that thing. Make sure you're keeping your word. And one of the best ways to do that is to set those small goals and keep moving forward, because once you set those small goals, you start hitting those goals, that's going to build that momentum. That's going to take you forward. And now you're going to be able to reach those larger goals. And guess what? Before you know it, you're going to have reached your goal of losing the weight that you want to lose. Now, this is another one that's really important. You have to watch those parties. I know the holidays are over. We kind of getting relaxed. We put all that stuff behind us. Maybe the last one we think about is a New Year's party. But here's what I want to challenge you with. The beginning of the year, when we're letting our guard down, can be a dangerous time with parties. Guess what? We still have birthdays. We still have the Super Bowl that's coming up. We still have March Madness. We still have a lot of times to get together where we're going to be having some parties. And a lot of times, at what happens at parties is we kind of lower our guard. We kind of give ourselves a pass, right? Yeah, I know I've been doing it all day. I know I've been doing, good for a week and been on my eating program for a week. But man, this party, they're going to have some food. They're going to have some stuff. And I'm just going to kind of, I'm going to allow myself to go crazy. We don't want to do that. We don't want to do that. And I'm not saying don't have fun. I'm not saying don't try some things that you hadn't tried, but I'm just telling you, giving yourself that out will not benefit you in the long run. Watch the parties. The parties you're going to be exposed to some just tremendously different food. Maybe some of your favorite foods. Some of the foods you don't even have in your house anymore. But guess what? Once you go to that party, bam, it's going to be there, and it's going to be real easy for us to, kind of let it go down and indulge, maybe even indulge as we're socializing with other people, as we're having a good time, and there's nothing wrong with that. Many times we unconsciously are just eating. And so watch the parties in this new year. Next is, if you're getting value from this, and I certainly hope you are, make sure to like and subscribe. It's really appreciated. Now, next one is get a coach. Get a coach. Now, my wife is a certified health coach. So a lot of times when we think of coaches, we're thinking just about personal trainers, and those people are great as well. But look at all areas of your healthy eating program, your weight loss program, your weight loss goals, whatever you want to call them, and get a coach. Why do you need a coach? Because many times we've tried and failed, and now it's time to get some professional advice. Coaches, many times, what they'll do is they will shortcut the learning process. They're going to shortcut that learning process. They also can be an accountability person. You can hold us accountable, or we can hold ourselves accountable, but knowing we have to face this person, know we have to talk to this person, can be very important in holding ourselves accountable. So don't be afraid, depending on your finances and some other issues. Don't be ashamed. Don't be afraid in getting help. It's nothing negative. It says nothing negative about you, that you were smart enough to say, look, I've tried it on my own. I want to do something different. Not only that, though, but coaches can see things that we can't see. Sure, I can go out and look at videos on YouTube, and then I'm going to the gym, and then I'm trying to work out and get all that good stuff in. But here's the deal, guys. How do I know I'm doing it right? How do I know my arms are right? And what else am I doing right? Because a lot of times we can't see outside of ourselves. And so we need that independent third-party person that can say, hey, make sure your back is straight. Hey, you're bending a little bit there. Hey, do it slower. This is actually the right form on how to do it. Form over weights, right? And also in our eating, we want to make sure that we're eating the right thing. We want to make sure that we have the right emotional balance, right? We want to have that support. Don't be afraid to get the support that you need. So, and don't be afraid to get a coach. Next one, maybe a tough one for a lot of people. Drink less alcohol. Here's the deal. Alcohol or caloric, just liquid calories. And yes, hey, if you drink alcohol, there's no problem. Just everything in moderation, right? So that's why I say drink less. Not that you have to drink out, cut it out altogether, but you want to make sure that you're monitoring the amount of alcohol that you drink, because alcohol kind of does a couple of things. Some of them are very sweet, that has a lot of sugar. Others just are, just calories. They have a lot of calories. And it's really easy to drink a lot of alcohol because it just goes down so easy. We lose our sense of perception of how many we drank. And it's real easy to lose count of that. And you're just taking in calories after calories, because here's the deal. It's easier to drink calories than it is to eat them, right? I mean, it's easier. It's just so easy. Whoops, goes down so easy. Boom, boom, boom. Make sure that you're monitoring the amount of alcohol that you're drinking if your goal is to lose weight in 2023. All right, let's keep going. Oh, drink more water. Oh, for some, I know this is probably the toughest one. See how this young lady is looking at that water glass. I know that we like, oh my gosh, I know I'm supposed to do it. I know I'm supposed to drink more water, but oh my God, I just can't do it. Hey, I'm telling you, one of the things that water does, get up in the morning, hydrate yourself. A lot of times when we break that fast, in other words, we get up even before breakfast, when you get up, you've dehydrated during the night while you were sleeping. And now it's time to make sure that we get that water intake and drink that water, because now we're hydrating ourselves. We're putting it back in. I know for some it can be difficult. And here's my encouragement to you. Once again, just like with everything else, start small. Maybe if you don't drink any water at all, you're drinking sodas and everything else. Hey, just a glass a day. Don't worry about what you're supposed to be at, what you should be drinking. Start where you feel comfortable. Maybe it's a glass a day, maybe it's 2 glasses a day, and then increase and get higher and higher and higher, because that's the goal. The goal is not necessarily that you're going to hit some magical number of ounces of water per day. That may be off in the distance. You have to start from where you are, and you have to start doing the good things that move you forward. So there's a lot of ways that you can also drink water. You want to make sure that we're maybe infuse it with some fruit. Maybe you don't drink tap water, but maybe bottled water is better for you. Keep experimenting, keep playing around with it. One of the things I want to encourage you to be careful for is a lot of the flavors that we put in our water. The little, man, I love the little sticks, the on the go sticks. You put them in there. Watch out for the aspartame. Watch out for the aspartame. It's really been linked to a lot of negative health issues. So just because it has very low calories or even no calories, and sometimes that aspartame in those. So you watch the back of the nutritional box and see if it has aspartame. If it does, that's probably not one that you want to use, right? All right. Next, we want to make sure that we're monitoring our progress. What we measure, we improve, and we don't want to go by our feelings. Well, I feel lighter today. I feel heavier today. One of the things that I've seen, and I don't necessarily agree with this part. I don't necessarily think you need to weigh yourself every day. And you also don't need to be a slave to your scale, because a lot of times your improvement won't be measured just in how much weight you lose. It can be measured in many different ways. It'd be the improved physical way you feel, your improved mental clarity can be another measure. There's gonna be a lot of different, with the tape, our waist, maybe we're losing inches before pounds. There are a lot of different ways we can measure our progress and measure our improvement. And what I want to encourage you is make sure that you're doing that. Don't get discouraged. Don't get discouraged if it's not going as fast as you like it to. I know the feeling. Believe me, I know the feeling. But you have to focus on those habits. Focus on those habits first, and then other good things will come along with that. All right. So next, let's talk about it. Oh, this can be one of the most dangerous places, and that's the grocery store. How could the grocery store be dangerous? Well, the grocery store is where you're going to get all those foods that you probably shouldn't be eating or shouldn't be eating in that quantity, and bring it into your home. See, here's the deal, guys. If you know there is something that you should not be eating, don't bring it into your house. Just leave it out. See, that's the easy way to do it. Just leave it in the grocery store. But many times, we're just going to have one donut. We're just going to have one of this. And we get in the grocery store. And of course, the grocery store is set up to get you to buy a lot of high calorie, high fat, high sodium items. It's built that way. We'll go into that in more detail later, because I want you to win the battle at the grocery store. It really is a battle. It can be a tough battle. I want you to win that, but you have to be dangerous. I mean, you have to be careful at the grocery store, because that can be a really sticking point. And remember, the groceries that you get today are going to set up what you eat tomorrow and the rest of the time. So, all right, so let's keep going. This was a tough one for me. Get more sleep. Oh my gosh. Realistically, you probably need about 7 to 8 hours a night. I'm lucky if I get 5. That's just the way I'm building. I'm not bragging. It's in fact, it's an area that I'm working on. Us area I want to improve, and we'll talk more about how to get good sleep and give some tips on exactly that. But this starts with being intentional. You have to intend. You don't want to just leave it up to chance. You don't want to leave it up to just, oh well, we'll see. This, that, and other. You want to make sure that you're intentional in getting good sleep, and really, one of the things that we don't, associate weight loss with is sleep. But getting that rest, letting your body recover from your exercise and your workouts and your movements, that is so key. And that only really happens when you get the rest that your body really needs. All right. And last but certainly not least is slow and steady. Slow and steady wins the race. Slow and steady. You see the person with the walking shoes and they're by that snail. Slow and steady wins the race, guys. It's going to be so tempting. I'm telling you, it's going to be so tempting to get out here and just do some crazy things and lose a lot of weight. What happens is we get on that yo-yo, right? And then before the month is out, maybe some of us are already giving up, like, oh, I've already gained back more than I lost. Slow and steady. Look at it this way. Think about it this way. If you lost 2 pounds a week, it's 52 weeks in a year. If you lost 2 pounds a week in a year, you will have lost over 100 pounds. And how much different would your life be if you lost over 100 pounds? Many of you don't even need to lose that much, but over 100 pounds in a year, losing 2 pounds per week. And now here's the deal. That's great. But so many of us will be frustrated if that's all we lost, 2 pounds a week. Oh, it's just going, the scale is just going down so slow. But it's that time, energy, and effort that we really are talking about. All right, guys. So if you got value from what I've shared with you today, make sure to like and subscribe this video. As I said, I'll be coming to you more and more with more videos like this, and make sure that you watch this next video as you get more tips on how to lose weight.